Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I focus on Chapter 2, which provides that public bodies must operate in accordance with the highest ethical conduct. And this is something that is very, very important to my constituents in Glasgow. Very shortly after I was elected, I met with a mum and dad at one of my surgeries. They want to know how their beloved child died whilst being treated as an inpatient in NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde. They know they cannot get their beloved child back. They just want to know that lessons have been learned so that others' families do not suffer the same anguish every day. They wrote to NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde 2 months after the death of their child. The first response was less than candid. They asked for proper investigations. One partial report was issued 10 months after their child's death. The second report was completed over 2 years after their child's death. That report itself is concerning. The NHS cannot identify one of the doctors involved in that child's treatment. They cannot source 2 nurses involved, so they were not interviewed. How can it be that the NHS cannot identify 3 people who worked in a hospital on the day in question? Even now, 2.5 years after the death of their beloved child, they do not have answers. I have tried my best to help this family, Madam Deputy Speaker. I've pressed the NHS to complete the long-delayed report and meet with the family. And despite this, I'm afraid, Madam Deputy Speaker, this grieving family have been treated appallingly. And so I welcome the provisions of Chapter 2 of the bill. They are seriously needed. And I am not the first to raise concerns about the transparency and openness of NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde. My friends Anna Sawa and Jackie Bailey have repeatedly raised serious concerns about institutional cover-up. I agree with them and join them in calling for a radical change of culture and their support for Millie's Law with a public advocate system.